Hi guys, we are here to do a pick a card reading for what is it that people care about when it comes to you. Now this can mean all kinds of things. This can mean that these people care about you in general, or maybe they want to care about what's going on in your life. You know, there's reasons why people care or want to care about you. So let's kind of get into it, whether that's positive or negative. So yeah, let's get into the reading, you guys. I have 3 Care Bears to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. The timestamps will be listed down below in the description box. If you guys need a second longer to decide, go right ahead and pause the video. And I also just want to mention that today we're going to be using my line of candle. We're going to be using the Divinity candle today because, one, I think we need to bring in more self-love and more care about ourselves, but also it just kind of gives off the loving, caring vibe. So I wanted to bring that and incorporate that into the reading. So yeah, take a second to decide which you want. And we will jump into the video. All right, those of you guys that chose pile number 1 with this cute little Care Bear, this is going to be your guys' reading for what is it that people care about when it comes to you. Why do people care? So we have here quantum jump. So already one of the things that I am picking up for this pile is I kind of get the impression that there are people around you that have watched you guys elevate, have watched you guys essentially quantum jump. So quantum jumping it's kind of interesting because quantum actually doesn't mean fast and long. It actually means short little steps, even though the name seems kind of misleading. So I kind of get the impression here with the quantum jump that you guys have been making small little progresses that now looks like a huge leap. And I think that a lot of people, because they've been watching you, they've been analyzing you, they've been seeing you guys balancing something out in your life, and they've been seeing you putting in work and effort. But for a lot of the people that have been watching you, pile number 1, it's almost as if they see you, it's like this happened overnight, or this situation, it's almost like somehow things went in your favor overnight or just so quickly that people didn't expect it. But for you guys in particular, it wasn't overnight. This was something that you guys put time, energy, and effort into. So a lot of people think that you're being lucky. They think that good things are coming your way because the grasshopper also signifies luck. It signifies good fortune. And I kind of get the impression that a lot of people are noticing good things happening for you. And that's another reason why people are kind of caring about you or caring to get to know what's going on in your guys' life, because they're seeing you guys quantum leap or quantum jump into a new paradigm in your life. So you have people that are kind of curious about you in that way. And they kind of want to get to know why and how you're doing that. So I feel like you guys might have a lot of eyes on you. I'm kind of getting the weird feeling of like 5 people. Or even 9 if you decide to go with the 36 and you combine the 2. You could even have 9 people looking at you. But for some reason, number 5 came to my mind. So let's pull here from the Gummy Bear Tarot deck and just kind of get a little more into this, because I am a little curious to know what exactly it is that you guys have quantum jumped and what exactly is making other people just kind of focus on you, fixate on you. I almost get the impression here, pile number 1, that you guys may actually have some haters, or you may have some people that maybe don't necessarily wish the best for you because they see you doing so well, or they feel like you're just super lucky. So let's see here. What is going on for my pile number 1? Why do people care? Man, these cards just flew out. So we have here the 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, the Emperor, the 6 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, the World, Justice, Five of Cups, and then we also have here the Knight of Swords. Ooh, pile number 1. There's a couple of things that I am already noticing here. So one of the things that I'm already noticing is the center of the reed, there is the 10 of Wands. So I'm getting that some people have noticed that you've been struggling. A lot of people notice that you've gone through a lot, but at the bottom of the deck, we also have here the 8 of Cups. People have also seen you walking away from some kind of an emotional attachment that you could have. A lot of people see you as very generous, and this is another reason why a lot of people care about you, is because a lot of people that are watching you notice your caring, loving nature. Some people, unfortunately, though, may try and use that against you, but I'm also getting that there's a lot of people who appreciate that side of you as well. But I get that for some of you guys, there was somebody or some situation that could have backstabbed you or could have done you dirty in some way, but people are watching you rise from that, and you're no longer allowing that to define you. It's almost like you guys have evolved past a certain situation. And people are seeing that you no longer, like, yes, there's things from the past that could be kind of holding you back. And maybe there's some things that people notice, like, still affect you in some way. But you guys are almost taking that pain, or you're taking that, the frustrations, the burdens, the difficulties that you've had, and you're using that to your benefit. So people are noticing now that it's almost like you're either getting status in some area of your life, or there's something here that you're being recognized for, and I'm almost getting here too, like something in your career or something in your, it's almost like your social status, or something about the way that you are talking to people, the way that you are coming off to people. It gives off the impression of like, almost like you're becoming better at communicating, or you're becoming better. I don't know how else to explain it besides your status in life, your social status is rising. People are also saying that the person who could have done you wrong is getting their justice or getting karma. There's something about you guys putting a lot of good out into the world, and now you're starting to receive that good back. So it's like people are kind of shocked to see, because it's almost like you guys had a lot of misfortune, pile number 1. And again, it kind of drew a lot of people to you, and it makes a lot of people paying attention to you, honestly. Some people notice that there are certain things that kind of happened in your past that you haven't quite let go of, but maybe you just don't talk about it anymore. Maybe you don't really voice it anymore. There's also something I see that you guys have been doing, but you're not really telling a lot of people. So there is this sense of privacy that I feel, even though I feel like a lot of people have their eyes on you and a lot of people are aware of you, pile number 1, it's like you're still kind of keeping certain things close to the chest. You're not showing people all your cards. You're not telling people all your business, which I also feel like kind of makes you more alluring to some, because they're like, man, I want to know how pile number 1 did something. It's like there's something that you're being recognized for. There's something that you're doing, and it's like either this is the way you're dressing or the way that you're coming off to people. You're just doing some things differently now. You're not doing the same patterns that you used to do. It's like you guys have worked on your habits, you've worked on breaking certain chains, and people are noticing this now, and it's kind of making you more magnetic, and it's kind of drawing people to you. Now, this is something that I did notice, that out of all of my little Care Bear keychains, this is the only Care Bear where their eyes are looking in the other direction. While the other Care Bears' eyes are looking straight forward, like if you guys can tell, right? They're both looking forward, but with this little guy, she's looking to the side. And what I'm getting here is that a lot of people are maybe side-eyeing you or watching you, but they're acting like they're not watching you. So you have all these people that are I almost get the impression too that are into you in a romantic sense, people that want to be your friend, people that are watching your work ethic. There's different people. I'm getting like there's a variety of people watching you, pile number one, and they care about what you're doing in this moment. They care about what exactly you are doing, because you have some people, like I said, that are into you in a romantic way, and they're watching you because they want to see if you're single. They want to know if they have a chance with you. If you're in a relationship, they're kind of just watching closely how you and your partner are interacting, because there are people that wait to shoot their shot. So I feel like there are some people maybe on the sidelines waiting for you to be single. If you are single, they're watching you, kind of seeing how you're interacting with others, kind of wondering, kind of trying to build up that courage to come and talk to you. Then there's other people that want to be your friend, that watch you. They think you're really cool. There's something about you guys that really makes people get drawn to you. And then there's some people that watch the way you work. So if you're working, you may have people that are watching the way that you're working, like maybe they want to promote you. There's something here about people noticing things that you're doing, noticing that you're carrying burdens, but that you're doing it in a very well-mannered and a very well-respected way, as well as it's like there's something about you guys holding a lot of grace, and people are becoming aware of that. And I feel like a lot of people appreciate that about you, but may not be telling you that. So I feel like there are people that are literally seeing you changing overnight, and it's really catching people's attention. But even though, like I said, quantum means little, it means little steps. So you guys are taking little steps, but it looks like big action. It looks like big leaps. So you're really catching the eye of a lot of people. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I do feel like this pile may have a couple of people that may not have the bestest intentions towards you, and they could be jealous about you, but maybe they're acting like they don't really care about you while still watching you closely. So it's not something to be paranoid about, but it's definitely something to maybe keep a close eye on, or to kind of pay attention to that. So, because I feel like you guys are very magnetic and you're drawing a lot of attention. So it's like, just be a little bit, use your discernment when it comes to letting certain people into your life, and who you're sharing your beliefs, ideas, and secrets with. But yeah, this is what I have for my pile number one. Wow, you guys, a lot of people are caring about what you're doing in the moment because they're seeing you making changes. They're seeing you growing, and it's almost like, again, there's something about you changing your habits, changing the way that you're moving. It's like you guys are moving in that emperor energy, and people are really being drawn to that because they see that you're evolving. And this is why a lot of people care. They really care because they see that you are doing better for yourself. And there are some people that want to either have a slice of your pie, or they want to learn from you, or they want to be you or date you. So yeah, again, a lot of people watching you at this time, pile number one. You guys are killing it. You guys are going out and proving your worth and proving yourself. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope that this resonates for you. I hope this helps you out in some way. Have a great and wonderful day, pile number one. Thank you. Bye. All right, pile number two, those of you guys that chose this adorable little Care Bear, this is going to be your guys' reading. Why do people care about you? What is keeping people's attention? Ooh, so we have evolve into your complexity. Okay, so this is interesting, pile number two. I do get the impression, and this is kind of funny because I do see the number 3 here, and I feel like for some of you guys, you have 3 to 4 people who is eyeing you right now, who's watching you, and who is caring about you. Now, this is something that is very interesting. I do feel like for some of you guys, there is an ex that is watching you very closely, and they kind of care about what you're doing. I don't know why I'm picking this up, but that's just what I'm picking up intuitively. I feel like a lot of you guys have an ex who is watching you, kind of caring about who you're dating, who are you talking to. This person could be maybe a little controlling, or this person again is not over you, but I feel like they're acting like they're over you. So they're playing little mind games, trying to manipulate you or trying to get your attention in different ways. And I feel like this person's getting frustrated because it seems like it's not working. Now, I feel like for a lot of you guys with this pile number 2, I get the impression that a lot of you guys have been on your self-love journey and you guys have been working on yourself. Now, because you guys have been working on yourself, I'm getting the impression that you guys have literally become very complex as an individual because, right, we're not two-dimensional people. We do have a tendency to only show certain sides of ourselves, but I feel like you guys are starting to become more of a whole-rounded individual to where you're becoming more balanced in yourself. And this is another thing, too, that's making people kind of get drawn to you or care a lot about you. Another thing that's coming to mind here is if you see this octopus has the third eye and then there's a third eye there, I'm kind of getting the impression that for some of you guys, there's something here about your third eye or your intuition opening up. And it's like people are now starting to notice that. People are now starting to explore that as an people are actually noticing how you're becoming a lot more evolved. You're becoming a lot more intuitive, and it's really drawing people to you. It's really making people curious about you, and it's also making people questioning who you are as a person because a lot of people might be seeing this more spiritual side of you. Now, I don't know, pile number 2, if you guys were maybe, say, a little afraid to express your I almost said sexuality, your spirituality. It could be the case too, because again, our spirituality, our sexuality, those make up different facets of ourselves. I feel like your creativity is starting to show more. There's something about you guys evolving more. And there's something here about you guys being able to change, being able to adapt, being able to start to evolve in different ways that you maybe once didn't. So that's very interesting. So people are noticing that about you. So let's pull the tarot here for the Gummy Bear Tarot deck, just to kind of get more of an insight of why do people care about you or what are people noticing. But yeah, it's like you guys are just, I get the impression that your intuition is evolving. You guys are evolving and you're changing in ways where I keep getting the impression like you're becoming more adaptable and you're becoming more self-expressive. I'm also feeling like for some of you guys, you could have had fights. Now, this is not going to be for everybody, obviously, who picks this pile. But I am getting that for some of you guys, you may have like family members or parents that don't like how you're changing, how you're evolving. But this is just who you are becoming. You're starting to step more into your power. And I feel like it's intimidating a lot of people. Okay. I am already starting to see some similarities to pile number 1. It's obviously not the same, but if you were drawn to pile number 1, you should definitely check it out. So we have the 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords, the World, Justice, and the 4 of Swords. Let's see, why are people caring about my pile number 2? I just feel like some of you guys are starting to step into who you truly are. There's something here about becoming more authentic. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so first off, in the center of the reading, we have the 4 of Swords, right? And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the 3 of Pentacles. A lot of earth. So I find that kind of interesting that we have a lot of earth and swords, if I could talk. At the bottom of the deck here, we have Judgment. And what I'm kind of getting here too, pile number 2, I don't know why, I just feel really anxious. Not anxious, but hyper, really antsy. It's almost like I just kind of want to spit out these messages. I feel like a lot of you guys have judged people very carefully. And what I mean by that is you're using your discernment. If somebody feels off to you, you avoid them. There's something here about listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, judging people accordingly to what they're giving you, to what they are showing you, and not just taking people at face value. Maybe in the past, and this is what I'm getting here with that 10 of Wands and the 7 of Swords, I feel like you guys could have trusted people and they have hurt you, they have betrayed you, they could have lied to you, you could have caught people in lies, or maybe you realize like your intuition was dead on, but maybe you would rationalize it, maybe you would second guess yourself, and now you're starting to move forward. Now you're starting to let it go. You're seeing things in a more practical, clearer way. But you're also, it's almost like there's a fine line between logic and your intuition, right? Because your intuition may not sometimes seem logical, but it's like, it is very logical, but in a different way, in a different form. So it's almost like you're now seeing people's true colors. So you're using discernment, you're being careful, but you also listen to your feelings. You're listening more to your body, because your body knows when something's off before your mind does. Your body is extremely intelligent. Your intuition, your gut feeling is extremely intelligent. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're now using that to navigate the world. You're using your intuition to navigate who is right for you, who isn't, who you should listen to, who you should trust. And you're starting to, and I feel like pile number 2, maybe you guys had a moment of solitude, or you had a moment of maybe choosing to be single or choosing to not entertain specific people. And I feel like the people that you've cut out of your life are the ones that are watching you, are the ones that are caring about what you're doing. So what I'm getting here is with that Justice card, you guys took matters into your own hands by releasing yourself. You walking away from certain people, places, and things that are not serving you is actually what that justice is bringing into your life, because you are no longer settling for things that you know are not good for you. You're the ones making that change. And like I said, they evolve into your complexity. There's now this part of your personality that's very complex to others. So it's like people can't quite figure you out. You're like a puzzle piece. Like you're like a puzzle. So when anytime somebody gets a piece of that puzzle, they think they have you figured out, and then you switch up on them again. So now you're leaving people guessing. You're leaving people to like, wait, I thought I know pile number 2. Maybe I was wrong. And like going back to the ex, I do feel like pile number 2, there is this ex who maybe they're like, oh, pile number 2 is this way. And, they just assume that they could come back, or they just assume that you're always going to be this way. And now it's like this person sees you evolving, they see you changing, and now it's like you piqued that person's interest again. You made that person question themselves again, and it's starting to make this person want to kind of come back. So I feel like you have somebody that's kind of trying to spin the block or trying to come back to you, pile number 2. I also feel like family is another people who are caring about you. So you guys took the second, you paused, you reflected, you're reconsidering relationships, you're reconsidering your life and kind of almost what direction you want to go in. And I feel like you have family members, or you have people that are like, oh, I want to do what's best for you. And some of them may have good intentions, right? Where they are worried about you or something like that. I'm almost getting the impression, again, guys, this is not going to be for everybody, but you may have like 1 or 2 family members that are super religious, and maybe they're like, oh, tarot's bad, or what you're doing isn't right. And it's like they're coming at it from a like, oh, I'm concerned about you, but they're also being very judgmental about maybe your beliefs or about what you do. So there is definitely, I feel like, a clash between you and family, or you and friends, somebody close to you, or even roommates. If you are living with people, I'm just getting the impression that it's somebody that's either from your like family, like your home life, or even could be roommates. There's something here about you're around somebody here who is coming from a place of like, oh, I care about you, I'm concerned about you, but they're using that as a way of also trying to control you or manipulate you in some way or another by trying to manipulate your emotions. Another reason why a lot of people are caring about you at this moment is because they see you doing well. People see you actually putting yourself first. And this is another reason why I say I feel like a lot of you guys are on this self-love journey, because I get the impression here, pile number 2, that you guys have put your own emotions first. You're putting your own needs first. It's almost like you're relearning what your needs and what your emotions are. You're relearning how to take better care of yourself, because I get the impression that maybe you guys used to be that type of person who would put your own needs, you sacrifice, do things for other people. So you would put your own self aside for the betterment of the whole, for the betterment of the good of all people. And I feel like you're no longer settling and doing that. So now it's like you're tending to yourself. You're putting yourself first. And with that 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, what I'm getting here is that some people think that, oh, pile number 2 just thinks they're better than us. Pile number 2 just thinks this and that. Because you're no longer tolerating bad behavior. You're no longer tolerating things that are not good for you. And that is another reason why I feel like you guys are evolving to becoming a better, wholer person. Because maybe in the past you guys could be like people pleasers, or you guys really cared about what others think, and you always wanted to be that person who was super helpful and be there for others, but you're realizing that you need to be there for yourself. And so it's making all these other people that took you for granted, now they're caring. Now they feel like, wow, what's going on with pile number 2? And I feel like this is a very positive thing, because it's forcing people to see you in a different light, and that's why people are caring. Now, I find this interesting with this little guy here, because there's a heart in the center of the star, and I feel like you guys are this star. You guys are shining, you guys are evolving, you guys are changing, and people are seeing that. People are becoming aware of that. And again, you're piquing people's interest, pile number 2, because they didn't expect you to start to evolve in the way that you do, to start to move in the way that you are, and you're becoming extremely adaptable, and you guys are willing to change different aspects of yourself to no longer try and fit in. You're no longer fitting in with the crowd. You're choosing to become your own person. You're choosing to stand out. And that's why you guys are becoming the star. That's why you guys are becoming noticed. So people care, and some people care about your own well-being, and I feel like other people care because they see that you're evolving. And like I said, there's something about an ex who is not over you emotionally, and who's seeing you evolve, seeing you put yourself first, and now that's like they're more attracted than ever to you. So I feel like this person might be posting things or doing stuff to try and get your attention, and now they're getting really, I'm hearing the word butthurt, because they feel like you don't care about them, and they feel like, oh, now they're just being selfish. Like, I feel like some people are accusing you of being selfish when really it's quite the opposite. Because you're taking care of yourself, because you're putting yourself first, you're actually in a way helping them. Not only are you showing them that they need to put themselves first, but also if it's not right for you, then it's not good for them either, right? If somebody's trying to get you to do something, pile number 2, and you just don't feel like it's right for you, you just don't feel like that's meant for you, you're choosing to kind of let that go. And now that you're not people pleasing, or now that you're not really putting other people before your own needs, before your own self, it's actually helping them without them even realizing it. Because now you're not being resentful. Now you're not allowing them to get their way when it could be detrimental to them in the long run. So there's something here about you guys putting yourself forward, and in a way it's actually helping to heal others. It's helping others to see their own flaws, to see what they need to work on themselves. And it's almost like you're actually inspiring a lot of strangers. That's one thing I'm getting. You're inspiring strangers. You're making people see you as the star, as you're kind of in the spotlight at this moment, pile number 2. And I feel like the people that do know you, the people that are close to you, they love you, they care about you, but they also don't like this new version of yourself, because in the past maybe it was easier for them to manipulate you, or it was easier for them to put their claws into you, so to speak. And now it's like you're freeing yourself. You're no longer letting social constructs, you're no longer letting social things that people wanted to project onto you, you're no longer holding on to it. You're letting it go, and you're allowing them to take back their own projections, because you're not allowing that to define you. So people are finally starting to see you for the beautiful, complex being that you really are. And again, pile number 2, keep shining, because I get the impression here that you guys are actually giving other people the permission to be themselves in their own lives, and you're impacting more people than you realize. So that's what I have for my pile number 2. I hope that this resonates and helps you in some way. Have a great and wonderful day, pile number 2. Thank you. Bye. All right, pile number 3. If you guys chose this adorable little Care Bear, this is going to be your guys' reading. So, why do people care? Why are people paying attention to you? What is it exactly that people are interested in? We have prayer and answered. Oh, interesting. Okay, first off, pile number 3. You guys are going to finally receive a blessing that you guys, oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt, you guys, and this is really warm, and I'm already getting goosebumps. So this is actually really powerful. There's something that you guys have been praying about, that you've been asking for, and you're finally gonna get the answer. You're finally gonna receive something major in your life. It's like you're praying, right? And then it's like you're open to receiving it. And the bee represents hard work and abundance. So what I'm getting here is that you guys have asked for this, but you guys also earned it. You worked for it. This isn't something that just magically drops from the sky because you're just super lucky. Although bees do signify luck, what I'm getting here is it's like you guys are being blessed because you stuck it out, because you put in the hard work, because you didn't give up. And this is why people care. People care because not only do they see you as a strong, majestic, beautiful person, because if you think about it, the buffalo is very majestic, and the buffalo also is kind of a rare animal. The buffalo doesn't really, like, they're kind of going extinct, and there's something about very few of them on this planet. So there's something here about pile number 3, you guys being very rare, and when people come across you, you linger in people's minds. Oh my gosh, pile number 3, this, you guys are, I'm getting not only physically attractive, but your energy, the way that you look into people's eyes, what people see when they come across you. This is why people care. You have strangers caring about you, and after you leave, they don't even know why they can't stop thinking about you. Wow. Okay. So I feel like pile number 3, there's a lot of people that are actually watching you or interested in you. I have noticed like that the numbers seem to be kind of corresponding with how many people. I'm getting that there are 12 people in particular, maybe even, I'm almost even getting 14, 15 people. You guys have a lot of people watching you right now, and I don't know if you guys like are a presence on social media, or if you guys are just, you go around and do a lot. I don't really know. You seem very active, or you seem like there's something that you're doing. And I feel like it's like your hard work is finally paying off, and people care because pile number 3, whether you realize it or not, people care about you because of the imprint that you leave in their life. People see you as this lovable, caring, generous, but also very grounded and down-to-earth type of person. When people come across you, you change people's perspectives. There's something about the way that you communicate. I almost get the impression, pile number 3, like you guys, and this is funny because pile number 2, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to just spit out everything really fast. I want to go really quick. With this pile, it's almost like I want to take my time. I want to take it slow. There's something about maybe your voice. It's very like methodical, or maybe you talk soft or quiet, or maybe you talk slower. There's something about your movements, the way you move, the way you communicate, that draws people to you. There is something here about you guys finally receiving some kind of good karma, something that you put out into the world, and you're getting it back. And I feel like you're going to get it back tenfold, and it's going to happen randomly and sporadically. One of the things that I'm getting to is that what you've been praying for is going to come in different forms and in different ways than you expected. But I almost get the impression, pile number 3, this feels really feminine. You feel like a very feminine energy. Whether you're man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your gender is. I'm just getting, you're in a very receptive mode. This feels like you're ready to receive something. And I feel like maybe pile number 3, you had a hard time receiving or accepting certain things. And it's almost like you've worked on that. You've let go of a lot of emotional issues that maybe kept you from receiving. And now it's like the universe is now going to bestow this upon you or give this to you or do something for you. Interesting. So I'm going to pull here from the Gummy Bear Tarot just little tidbits of what and why people seem to be caring about you at this time. And this is super interesting. And I don't know why this popped in my head, pile number 3, but I'm going to talk about it. So there was a place that you guys went to recently. I don't know if this is a coffee shop. This almost feels like something maybe you went and got food. I don't really know. But there was some place that you went by yourself. You were alone and you started a conversation with a stranger. And you didn't, maybe it was like 1 or 2 minutes, maybe it was just a brief interaction, maybe you didn't think much of it, but this person cannot get you out of their mind. They were just like intrigued by you, and it's like this person just wished that they could run back into you. This person may not even know your name, but like your mind, like the way you look, the way that you made them feel was like ingrained in their mind. They just cannot seem to let you go. But like I said, you might not think much of it, but that interaction meant so much to this person. I also get the impression here, pile number 3, I don't know if, I don't know if you guys are influencers. I don't know if you guys post certain things. If you guys post positive quotes or you post positive stuff, you helped somebody, whether you realize it or not. There's somebody here, a little bit of a trigger warning, I guess, but there was somebody that could have been contemplating offing themselves, or could have been thinking about, just going down a dark psychological thinking, right, about themselves. And it's almost like you guys could have said something or posted something or just did a tiny small act of kindness, and you changed that person. You helped that person have a different perspective on humanity, have a different perspective of their life, and you impacted this person on a level that you had no idea about. So we have here the Justice, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like I need to just get one more card here. Yeah, don't mind that. There's just a lot to be said. And I kind of get the impression, pile number 3, that you guys have put a lot of energy and effort into things, and it just hasn't seemed to work out. And now things are going to start changing for you guys. So at the bottom of the deck, we also have here the Page of Pentacles. There's something new that you guys are going to be starting, whether this is a romance, whether this is financially, or this is a project, or there's something new that you're either interested in. There's a topic, there's something you're interested in, there's something that you're doing. And this gets people to kind of care because they see that you are... it's almost like there's some kind of blessing, there's something going on in your life. And I'm getting the impression here too, pile number 3, the reason a lot of people seem to care is like you have people that want to get into your business, people that want to know you, people that kind of almost want to live like vicariously through you. It's like they want to be you, or they want to know a lot about you, because it's like they want to kind of live your life, if that makes sense. So you have some people that literally want to be you, or at least want to know what it's like to be you for a day, like experience your kind of life. I don't know why, and I feel like maybe it's because there's something about you that's like awe-striking, and I feel like a lot of people are just really drawn to you. Now, with the Justice here, I get the impression, like I said, you put a lot of good out into the universe, and I feel like you guys are going to receive it like tenfold. You're going to be receiving good news. You're going to be receiving some kind of like, it almost feels like just a big blessing coming in. And I feel like there might be like one big major blessing, and then you're gonna have like little blessings trickling in, right? Like little luck, little things that just seem to work out for you. Like maybe you go to a place and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got a free meal. Or you go to some other thing and it's like, oh, I won this prize. It's like you're just gonna have little things that just seem to work for you or seem to help you. And I feel like it's because you guys have put a lot of effort into yourself. Now we have two aces here. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. A lot of you guys, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, pile number 3, you guys have started to evolve. You are choosing to change parts of yourself. Now with that pentacle, because the pentacle is all physical, right? It's the physical manifestation that we are in the 3D. It's like you guys are making changes in your routine. You're making changes in yourself. Now I feel like some of you guys are leveling up, I almost want to say mentally, but I was going to say physically. A lot of you guys are leveling up physically and mentally. You're changing your viewpoints. You're changing certain things about you. And I feel like your physical appearance is starting to look better. We have that King of Wands. And let's face it, the King of Wands is just a hot person, right? The Queen and the King, they're very attractive people, not only magnetically speaking, energetically speaking, but physically speaking. And I feel like you guys are actually starting to become a lot more attractive physically. And that's another thing, is I feel like you have people from the same sex, people from the opposite sex that are into you romantically. You guys might have a lot of love offers, or a lot of people that are just like really like you and could be afraid to approach you. Another thing as well is there's something here about that Ace of Wands. You guys are going to be re-sparking some kind of passion. Like I said, with that Page of Pentacles at the bottom of that deck, I'm getting the impression that there's going to be like a new topic or a new thing that you want to learn, a new hobby, a new experience. There's something here you want to learn. And I feel like it's going to put you in the right direction. It's going to put you into a new situation that's going to be really, really good for you, really beneficial for you. And I feel like here with that Queen of Pentacles, the reason I see this kind of blocking is because maybe there's some, like for instance, let's say if you guys are single, right? Pile number 3, maybe you guys have multiple options. You have multiple things that you could have. And it's like, it's not good for you. It's like, oh, I don't really want that person, or oh, this doesn't seem really good for me. So you're kind of in this bummed energy of like, oh, yeah, maybe I have all these options, but it's none of them that I want. So there's something here about things are finally going to start moving in the right direction for you. And instead of you, because if you see like this little guy's crossing his arms and this little guy's crossing his arms, it's like, okay, yeah, I don't really know if I want to do that. I don't really know if I feel like that. But it's like you guys are very grounded, very stable, and there's something about you guys pulling in new things for you. I find that funny because we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands. So there's something here about you guys evolving and changing and shifting in different ways. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're gonna get out of this boredom or this apathetic stage that maybe you felt like you were in. Like some things just were not working out for you, or you just felt like you were kind of in this dry spell, or maybe money wasn't coming in, or maybe romance wasn't coming in, or there was something that you just felt like the options weren't great, or you just felt like they were far and few between. And now it's like you're gonna have the pick of the litter. You're gonna have more to celebrate. I also get the impression here, because you guys put a lot of time, energy, and effort into yourself, you guys are finally going to be more emotionally fulfilled. There's something about yourself that you're realizing that you can achieve more. There's something about your guys' self-worth improving, and this is another reason why people care, is because they're watching the way that you're treating yourself. And you are kind of proving to people that they need to take better care of their physical appearance. They need to take better care of the way that they present themselves. You guys are starting to take better care of yourself, and you're pouring stuff back into you. You're taking the time to care more for yourself. And because of that, it's kind of forcing you to evolve, which in return is making other people want to evolve, making other people want to change their life. So you guys are finally gonna start seeing new things coming in for you. Now, if you guys, and this is something else that I'm getting here too, you're starting to evolve something in your home. And I don't know if you guys are gonna be moving. Maybe this is something you've been praying for some of you, but there's something about people noticing your money. People are paying attention to you. They see that you're making more money or that you're gaining something. There's something here about you guys getting blessings, and I feel like this is why some people care, because some people want to know what you're getting. Maybe you're around some opportunists as well. So again, like I said to pile number 1, this isn't to make you paranoid, but just be cautious that there are some people that may act like they're your friend or may act like they have your best intentions at heart, but really it's because they see good things happening for you, and people want to, it's almost like people feel like if I'm around pile number 3, then their good luck is going to rub off on me. Or if I'm around pile number 3, then maybe I can get a share of what they are getting. It's like this, the people are almost seeing you as like a meal ticket, or seeing you as somebody to look up to, somebody to, like, if they're around you, then maybe they'll get that type of reputation or publicity that you get. So there's different things there that I'm seeing and sensing for my pile number 3. I'm also seeing with that Empress here is that you guys are finally starting to step into your Empress energy. And that's what I mean too, is like there's something about your guys' energy being very feminine, very soft, and there's also this sense of being a little bit assertive. Now, I find that funny that the King of Wands versus the Queen of Pentacles, there's something here about with the King of Wands, it's more masculine, right? And I feel like you guys, without realizing it, your physical appearance is very intimidating to people. Not because you yourself looks intimidating, but it's the way you're carrying yourself. It's the way that you walk. It's the way that you talk. There is this air of confidence, and it's drawing people to you, pile number 3, and it's making people be like, who is that person? I want to know who pile number 3 is. And it's like, you guys just, it's like, again, you guys just ingrain yourself into other people's minds, and they can't stop thinking about you. And what I'm seeing with this cute little guy is there's like something about you being lovable, being like you love people and you allow other people to shine. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this cute little Care Bear, is I just see that you guys allow others to shine. You don't try and dim other people's light, which is also another reason why you guys are so physically attractive and appealing to a lot of people around you, is because they see that in you. They see that you're not trying to put other people down. You're not trying to make other people feel bad. There's this sense of you are staying in your own lane, and you allow others to shine as well. You allow others to have their own opinion. And pile number 3, that makes you so physically attractive and so appealing, because there is this sense of you're like, okay, you're not competing for attention. You're not competing for other people. You are the competition. That's how other people are seeing you, and that's why people care. You have people watching you because they're like, I want to be like pile number 3. You have a lot of people that might even copy you or want to copy you but that's the thing, is your energy is so different, so out of this world, that people can never replicate you, even if they tried. So you guys are very unique. You guys are very, like, I almost want to say eccentric. There's something about you that's so different. There's something about you that's so fascinating. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're just very beautiful. You're very striking. And if you're a man, you're just very handsome. There's something about your guys' physical appearance that's very unique, that makes a lot of people like you. And I feel like the key factor here is, let's say if you guys are like, oh, I don't like my nose. That's what people find attractive about you. It's like almost something about yourself that you don't like that other people like. And that's another reason why you're so unique and different, and why a lot of people really like you. So that's why a lot of people care. That's why a lot of people are paying attention to you, pile number 3, because you are physically attractive. You have this self-worth, or this like self-esteem that you're carrying, that is like really making people care. They really want to get to know you. And again, there's something about you guys finally getting abundance, finally getting some kind of prayer answered, and it's making other people pay attention, because they're paying attention. They care about, what is it that pile number 3 is receiving, and can I have a piece piece of that. Like, that's kind of something that I'm getting here, pile number 3. But also people care because they see you starting something new, or they see you evolving into something new or going after something. And people are seeing that, they're noticing that. And again, there's something about you guys being a little bit, paying more attention to yourself and not necessarily all up in other people's business, which is making other people want to know more about you, which makes other people want to be near you because they don't feel so judged by you. They feel very cared. They feel very loved. And again, you have this presence about you that leaves people thinking about you even like hours, weeks, months, even years. You might not realize that there are exes that think about you, coworkers, ex-coworkers that think about you, people that have met you that like years ago, almost 1,000 years ago, people that met you a really long time ago still think about you today because you guys are just that unique and that amazing and just that magnetic, pile number 3. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this resonates for you. I hope this helps you in some way. Have a great and wonderful day, pile number 3. Thank you. Bye.